Hey gang, tonight is opening night of Halloween Horror Nights 33 here at Universal Studios Orlando. You know we're gonna try all the best food, we're gonna rank our worst houses of the year, and we're just gonna have a very spooky time to start of this HHN season. And I know you guys wanna come along for this, so come along.
It's based off our name.
Every year on opening night, we do a thing called Stay and Scream. So if you are a Universal Pass holder or a day ticket holder, you can get into the event a little bit early. If you are in the gates by 5, they kind of put you in a holding area, so you get first dibs to the houses, to the treats. And this year, they actually dropped the treats early for the Stay and Scream guests, which is really great. Usually, they don't drop the treats and the snacks until the event starts. So I think we're gonna try some treats before we even head into our first house of the event. And our first food stop is gonna be at the Ghostbusters theme walk-up. This is at Ivan's New York Deli and Grocery. And this is the Frozen Death Chill. It's a Korean corn dog dipped with mint cheesecake with bugles and glitter for $11.99. And not only do they have a sweet corn dog, they have a savory one. This is Slimer's Korean corn dog. It's a Korean cheese dog with Fritos coated with Cheetos powder, ghost pepper spice, sage derby cheese, and mozzarella for $11.99. And we couldn't leave without trying this mini Stay Puffed s'more. It's mini Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man, chocolate bar, and graham cracker for $6.99. And first up, we have to start with the savory corn dog. This is the one of the Korean variety. There's a lot of texture on here between all the Cheeto dust and the Cheeto, or the, what are these, Fritos, I think. But this is a pretty huge dog. It's definitely close to a foot long. I think it's gonna be pretty dang good, but there's only one way to find out. Did you guys hear that crunch? Oh yeah. She's a crunchy corn dog. It's really good, and it really does have like a little bit of a kick to it. Not just the toppings, the actual like sausage has a little bit of spice in there as well, and it's fried to perfection, and it's a really good walk around the park, enjoy opening night of HHN, and walk around with your food. Really easy to get around for sure. Now this one is so dang interesting because not only is it covered in bugles, it has like shimmery, shining sparkles on there. How weird is that? I'm sure it's gonna look pretty weird coming out later, and I really don't know how to conquer this dog because it is beyond giant. I feel like this one is going to be a little bit harder to walk around with. It's coming off the stick, so let's dive in before it falls off. Oh yeah, it's blue inside, just like me later. And the inside is definitely a little bit weird. I don't know how I feel about it. It's kind of giving toothpaste vibes a little bit, especially when you're going in and you're expecting something really savory. It's very sweet inside, but it's unique, it's different. It's giving a little funnel cake too. The way that the like cornmeal or the breading on this is a little bit different than the savory one. So I guess you could say it's kind of funnel cake, but the bugles on top, are really the cherries on top. How are you feeling about that Korean corn dog, Trav?
It's a little weird. I still don't know what the green stuff is inside.
Yeah, so
like
there's blue stuff in the dessert one, but I didn't know that there was gonna be like bluish green stuff in the
like
Korean
this one better than that.
Yeah, oh for sure.
And you're opposite, right?
No, I like the Korean one better as well.
I thought you said you liked that one because of the mint.
I like it, but it is giving a little toothpaste, I said.
I didn't get a lot of the ghost pepper at first, but you kind of gotta
it has a kick
eat on it a little bit.
Yeah, if you wait, it definitely has a nice little spice, and you guys know spice makes everything extra nice. And our Stay Puft Marshmallow is definitely doing what a marshmallow does and melts to make this delicious s'mores. I do not know how we're gonna eat this guy, but he's almost so cute, I don't want to. Let me try to get a little bit of marshmallow, a little graham cracker, a little chocolate, and believe it or not, you guys, those are the only ingredients that you need to make a s'more and a perfect bite. It's a s'more. You really can't go wrong. What I like about it is the marshmallow is more like marshmallow fluff, which I love even better. It's like marshmallow with sugars in it. That's really good. A little messy, I would say not as easy to walk around and eat it, I guess unless you eat it with a fork, but still such a fun little Ghostbuster treat for the event. Those corn dogs were pretty dang good, at least better than last year. Last year they had like a maggot dog and it had like fake little Rice Krispie maggots on it and it just was not it. And in case you guys didn't know, I am a giant scaredy cat. I do not watch horror films and I did not go to Halloween Horror Nights until I started hanging out with Travis in 2019. So for those of you that are really afraid of the event, I would say at least give it a try. You can always come inside and do the food, do the scare zones. You don't necessarily have to go into the houses. And if you want to go in the houses, there's a thing here at Universal called Liquid Courage. You always have to stop at Finnegan's Bar and Grill and get yourself your version of Liquid Courage. I did a little high noon. Travis, what is your Liquid Courage?
Switching it up this year. Starting light, Tito's and Sprite.
And guess who else is here? Kristen, what is your Liquid Courage?
Korean corn dogs.
Yes. Kristen was with us. We all tried the corn dogs. They were pretty good. I was saying maybe even better than the maggot dog last year.
You see, I feel like it depends on when you get them, because if you get it hot and fresh like mine was, and even like years ago, I got the maggot dog so hot and fresh and it was fire. If you get it hot and fresh, it's always good.
I just think the name continuously threw me off, but we are so pumped. You guys can hear, I hear some screaming starting. That means the event is just about to begin. And we have one more food stop before we start going into these houses. This is the Quiet Place food area, and we are gonna be getting their Millbrook's baked beans. It's a quietly cooked baked beans with mashed potatoes, cheddar cheese, and cornbread muffin for $8.99, as well as their wooden board eclair. It's a spicy dark chocolate pastry, cream-filled eclair dipped in chocolate ganache with a bloody chocolate plank for $6.99. Now, although it's 95 degrees out here in Florida, this is giving me all the fall vibes. Baked beans, mashed potatoes, and cornbread, all three of the best food groups, but is it gonna taste good?
With your favorite music playing in the background.
I know, we got some medieval fair music in the background, and this is a Quiet Place food, and I'm assuming it's because it's kind of like what you would have in the end of times. Cornbread, mashed potatoes, baked beans.
A lot of things that would be canned.
A lot of things that would definitely either be canned or preserved, but
Yeah.
the smell of this smells very, very, very delicious, and the presentation, really good portion, so I'm hoping it's great. It tastes like Christmas. It tastes like Thanksgiving. It's that savory, delicious food that you want. And my favorite thing is definitely this sweet, sweet cornbread. It has that sweet corn in there that's just giving all the fall vibes. Now, although the flavor is really good on that dish, I do think it's a little overpriced for mashed potatoes, baked bean, and cornbread. I mean, I can make a whole lot of that at home for under $5, but the flavor was good. It came out hot. Well, mainly because Kristen was the first in line to get
First
it.
in line.
First in line. First in line.
I need like a medal or something. I feel so accomplished.
Sticker.
We'll make you one. First in line at Quiet Place.
But it was good, and I know why they did it with the theming. So would I get it again? Yes, but nothing to write home about. Let's dive into this eclair. This is one of the biggest desserts I've seen at Halloween Horror Nights. It looks like a giant Twix or something, and I think it is going to have a twist with it being a spicy eclair. See the bloody nail on top there? They did a really good job with that decoration. Hopefully they did a good job with the flavor. I think it's stuffed really good. I'm not getting a very big spice. I have a little spice tingle on my tongue. So if you're not a big spice fan, I think you can still do this treat. But with presentation, size, and flavor, I think this is up there for really good treats here at HHN 33. Pro tip, if you want to start heading into the houses, we always like to go to the back of the park first because everyone kind of gets to those front houses right in the beginning of the park. Oh,
I feel like a vampire right now with the sun.
yeah. Anyways, start with the houses in the back like we're about to do. I think our first house is gonna be Slaughter Cinema 2 in the back of the park here, but first, we have to go through the Blumhouse scare zone. Oh, first scare zone of the night. Saw there, we did go through the Slaughter Cinema Express line. So in case you don't know, they have standby lines, or you can pay extra for Express, which is basically a fast pass. We do it every year. To us, it is so worth it to be able to get through all the houses in one night. We got some old Mercedes-Benz there, right there, Travis. A little turbo diesel for you.
300D.
300D. I'm about to scream 300 gazillion times in here. Okay, I think that was a great first house. I will say they had
Best scare got wrecked for us. But
yes.
It's still pretty good.
So no spoilers, but there was one big giant animatronic and I think it went down. So like some of the Universal team members came in. So we were kind of stuck in line without moving for like maybe like 3 minutes or something, but it kind of made it more like I was getting scared that someone was gonna jump out and get me.
Yeah, I'm not meaning to correct you, but
Oh, what?
I don't think it's an animatronic. I think it's a big puppet.
Oh, like a giant puppet, yeah.
Yeah, so it's controlled. I'm pretty sure it's controlled by somebody, but I could be wrong.
I think that was a really good first house because it wasn't super scary. It was a lot of fun. If you like old movies and old cinema, you'll really like that house for sure. Now, Travis, what is next on the docket?
Goblin's Feast.
Ooh, I do not want to be a feast of a goblin. No, thank you. But we might be. We'll let you know after we come out. I guess this is a 2-for-1. Not only is it Goblin Feast, the house that's here, this is my most anticipated house that I'm ready for, the Eternal Bloodline. So we're gonna hit 2 back to back right now. And that was a long walk back here. You can see Goblin Feast to your left, Eternal Bloodlines to your right. Travis is saying these are brand new tents that they have here. So hopefully they're gonna bring us some brand new frights. We'll find out. And Goblin's Feast definitely has the best facade I've seen so far. I cannot wait to get inside this house. Look at the smoke coming out the chimney. Very, very epic. Okay, just got out of Goblin Feast and Eternal Bloodlines. Now, Eternal Bloodlines was my most anticipated house of the year because back in the day, or like 2019, they had a Bride of Frankenstein house. It was a really big female cast and it was my favorite HHN house to date, and I figured that this one was going to be really similar, and it did not disappoint, and I can see that house getting even better. Now, Goblin Feast I think was really good. We didn't have the best run through, so I can't wait to run through it again, but still a really good house.
Yeah, I think that doing some of these houses, because you do get a little bit of light bleed in those houses because they're sprung tents. They're not like sound stages, so they're like
doing them in daylight is definitely gonna be different than at
like
nighttime.
White tents, so they bleed a little bit of light. So it's just a different vibe when you do them in the sun versus when it's fully pitch dark outside.
And also each house will have a different vibe at the end of the event than it does on the very first opening night. Like the scare actors just get better and better and better, but those 2 houses in the back did not disappoint. And screaming our way through those houses definitely have us a bit famished, so we have to stop and get one of the most classic snacks here at HHN, their pizza fries. This is French fries topped with marinara sauce, melted cheese, and pepperoni and sausage for $11.99. Did you even come to Halloween Horror Nights unless you got pizza fries? I think not. They're just a classic and they are very filling for 2. So for under $12, I think it's a really, really good stop. Do not skip on it. It is so delicious. Cheese, sausage, pepperoni, and fries to give you a little sustenance to do some more houses. All right, the real question is, can we get a good pizza fries, cheese pull? Let's go straight for the middle here. See what sort of cheese pull. Oh, it's pulling. It's pulling. Delicious. I feel like I got all the cheese, Travis. I do remember there being a little bit more fries than this. So I don't know if they're skimping a little bit, but it certainly smells just as delicious. Oh yeah. I don't even like pepperoni and sausage on my pizza, but I like it on my pizza fries. Well, now I feel like I'm officially at HHN with those pizza fries, don't you, Trav?
Oh yeah.
I wish that they came out a little faster. They did take quite a long time to make, but when they came out, they were piping hot. And with the food that we had earlier, the Quiet Place food, we are finally now gonna head to the Quiet Place house. And I'm really excited for this house because allegedly, if you guys have seen the movie, they use sign language a lot. And in this house, I think the scare actors are gonna be like using sign language. And I think that's so cool. I know a little sign language. I did take it in high school. Hopefully it can help me get through this whole house. Is this our first horror nights with the Minion Zone, or did they was it up last year?
No, it wasn't up last year.
Yeah, so this is,
no, it
might have been.
It was last year, but I don't remember it. It was off.
Yeah, I don't remember this many lights on it. I do like the new Minions area. It is beautiful during the day, but I do think it should be. Hey, it's supposed to be a quiet place. That's where we're going. You guys look so cute. Everyone, you love Scott and Emily. Say happy HHN to them in the comments below. We just got out of the Quiet Place and I tried to be quiet, but I think I squealed a couple times. For me, that was the scariest house of the night so far. What did you think, Trav?
Yeah, for me, like I actually have that like number 10, like that's last place on my hype list, but man, I'm definitely gonna have to move that up. That was a pretty good first run through.
Yeah.
There's a lot of scares all over the place.
Really good.
Too many spoilers.
And yeah, no spoilers. The sets were amazing. The scares were amazing. That might be the best one of the night, but definitely stick around when we give our review at the end so you can find out. And we are moseying right along to a very, very beloved franchise, Ghostbusters, but this is the Frozen Empire. Let's see if we get frozen inside. What did you think about Ghostbusters?
I loved it. I thought it was so fun. The sets were really big and grand.
It was cold.
It was cold. There was literally so many scares. There was quite a few moments where I was like, I feel like there was a lot going on from every direction. I feel like my expectations were kind of low because it was like some of the IPs are a little bit more mild. So I'm thinking like it's gonna be like a family-friendly house. It's not gonna have the spooks. It's gonna be like a walkthrough movie.
But it did.
Oh, I had the spooks. I had the spooks. Okay.
It did. And the good music, of course.
Yeah, it had like good vibes. Like it had like good
Fun
energy.
house.
I mean, I feel like we all came out smiling and we're all like, that was really fun.
Really fun and not too scary either. Not too scary.
No.
Just went into the Triplets of Terror, which it's kind of, in my opinion, like a Texas Chainsaw sort of vibe. I did not like that house. Emily says boo. There were some questionable things in that house. But yeah, it honestly wasn't good. Maybe it'll get better by the end of the event, but that might be the worst house of the night, Triplets of Terror. Sorry. And Insidious is a major house this year, so they dedicated a whole food booth to it as well. So we had to stop in and get some food here before we check out the house. We are gonna get the red door. It's potato and onion filled hand pie for $9.49. And then for a little treat, we are gonna get the last key pop. It's red velvet cake pop with a chocolate key for $6.99. And check out this HHN specialty beverage. It's a Veil of the Shadows, which is White Claw, black cherry vodka, creme de cassis, blackberry syrup, pineapple juice, sour mix, and a black licorice candy veil for $17.50 in the souvenir cup. Definitely get a souvenir cup. It makes your refills on all their specialty beverages a little bit cheaper than if you were to buy just the specialty cocktails on their own. And then you get a little souvenir to take home.
I feel like that looks a little bit different than the picture.
Yeah, just a bit. But let's try it.
I had a little sip. It's good.
Ooh, it's sweet. It's very sweet, very tropical. I mean, you would expect that with the
Black
flavors.
licorice candy.
But this is the black licorice candy right on top here. Oh, looks like a snake or something. Check out this hand pie. I love that it's a vegan option, but it also sounds really delicious with the potato and onion, so I want to cut it in half. Apparently there's a red door in Insidious, and I guess this is what it looks like. You guys get to see it before I do. How does it look? How is it looking? Ooh, it looks a little creepy. All right, Trav, here you go. It's very green inside. It's like Christmas colors. Ready? Dink it, sink it. I don't love it, but for a vegan option, I don't hate it either. Like, I just kind of wish that there was, like, there's not even cheese in this. It's like just potato and onion. There might be cheese, but I'm not really tasting
Not a lot of flavor.
No. This is just okay. I definitely wouldn't get it again, and it could have been so much better just with like some salt and cheese and just use vegan cheese. I don't know why, but yeah, that's a little bit of a miss. Now, what they did not miss on is this glorious looking cake pop here, and look at the back. It's like covered, smothered in red sprinkles. All right, the Insidious key pop. Let's give it a try.
That's key.
I mean, that's just delicious. It's red velvet cake, but the sprinkles on the back give it almost like a texture of a donut. I really like this. This one's great. Where's yours, Travis? Where's yours?
I guess not here.
I'll share. Sharing is caring. Okay, Insidious house, I see you. And I see some chainsaws going by right now too. They are nowhere near as scary as that house was. I don't know if I can ever do it again. Luckily I have Express, so I don't have to wait very long in the lines, but I might just always skip over that house. It was super scary, and I think we're gonna do one more before we head out. And Monsteros, I think we are gonna make you our last house of the evening. Let's see what it's like with the monsters in Latin America. Well, Monsteros, I thought you were gonna be my least favorite house of the night, and you really ramped up at the end there. And that was a really great house. Some of the puppeteering, animatronics, and sets were fire. Really, really good house to end the night. I think we almost got to everything. I think we had like 2 more houses to go. Obviously, so much more food to go. There's no way for us to like get all the food options in one night for sure. And I'm sure I look a little bit different, and that is because it is the next night of opening weekend. I wanted to be able to get to every single house for you guys, all 10 houses, before I give my best and worst reviews. So this is the second night we came back. We actually did have some more food, so I can't wait to show you guys. Make sure you're subscribed, like I said, so you can come along on this full spooky HHN journey. But I think all in all, my favorite house, believe it or not, was the Quiet Place. I really love that house. There's something that I connected to in there. Insidious, I don't know about it. It was a really good house. It was so scary, so it wasn't my least favorite house or my worst house. It was just so scary. I don't know if I can go back in it. But my worst house, for me, by far, was Major Sweets. I didn't really love it. The candy smells, the sweet smells were really, really good, but like out of all the other ones that were super theatrical, it was definitely my least favorite of it. And then for my sweets and my treats, my favorite snack that I had, I think, was that bloody wood board eclair. It was so delicious between the sweet chocolate flavors and then the spice of that ghost pepper. I absolutely loved it. And then my least favorite had to be that vegan hand pie, that Insidious red door hand pie. I wanted it to be good so bad, but more good things coming this HHN season. Thank you guys for hanging out with me for these last 2 days. And as always, peace, love, and positivity, and all the good things. Well, all the spooky things. Love you guys. Bye.